We are so excited about our next artist coming all the way from Charleston. We have got a headliner for you this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Kate Long is here, Randy.
Yes, Larissa. She's an award-winning songwriter, storyteller, and journalist who hails from Fayette County, West Virginia. Her songs, which have been recorded by notable artists, are rooted in Appalachian traditional music, and she branches into swing, blues, and jazz.
In her performance of Who Will Watch the Home Place, it's a song by Clearwater Connection. It won the International Bluegrass Music Association Song of the Year in 1994. She's also won awards at Merle Fest, South Florida Folk Festival, Kerrville.
I've always wanted to go to Merle Fest. One of these days I'm going to get there. California-based bluegrass artist Lori Lewis has said of Kate, she writes with a depth of love and understanding that is all too rare in the world. She's also a writing teacher, a journalist, and a public radio commentator.
She was named Public Citizen of the Year, National Association of Social Workers, West Virginia chapter. Also in 2010, she received the B.B. Maurer West Virginia Folklife Scholar Award, sponsored by the Frank and Jane Gaber West Virginia Folklife Center, and she helped found a healthy living initiative named Try This West Virginia.
What has she not done?
I love it.
I'm wondering.
She hasn't played for us yet.
Yes, because we're thrilled right here. Ladies and gentlemen, please make a warm welcome right here for Kate Long.
Thanks so much. That introduction makes me sound like I'm also a schizophrenic. All right, well, I did grow up in Fayette County, and when I was a kid, I used to run around in the woods just singing Stream of Consciousness. You know, my mother didn't want me out before breakfast, but I'd climb through the window and creep around pretending I was an Indian princess and that. And I'd be making up songs all along the way, because when we're kids, we know the music is in us. And those of us who become songwriters are the ones that didn't forget about it. So this first song is True Story, and it's kind of a way of introducing myself. When I was a little country girl, I went to Sunday school, and I colored in all the pictures of Jesus at work and play, and using his daddy's tools. And I used to think how great it would be to be a kid and know you were God. And I started to think, since Jesus was a boy, there must be a little girl God. Might I, might I, might I, might I, might I just not be the daughter of God? Now you sing along if you want to. Well, I went to play outside in the woods by the creek out back of the house. And I pulled little pieces of moss from the rocks and thought what they'd say when I turned the moss into bread. And I pictured a rainbow breaking the clouds and ending up right on my head. Though everybody thought I was an ordinary kid, I was a little girl God instead. Might I, might I, might I, might I, might I just not be the daughter of God? Now let's hear that guitar. Well, Grandma, she was wise as they come, so I asked her if that might be true. I said, it's been a while since Jesus was a boy, so don't you think maybe a girl might be due? Well, she laughed real hard and hugged me so close, but she didn't say it wasn't true. She said if I was God looking for a girl, I'd want a little one just like you. Might I, might I, might I, might I, might I just not be the daughter of God? Might I, might I, might I, might I, might I just not be the daughter of God? Well, Well, I'm a songwriting teacher also. I do all kinds of workshops that range from half an hour to a whole week. And I was up in Pocahontas County, Marlinton, and I had they wanted us to have the kids write songs about their local history. And so I got the ranger from Droop Mountain State Park to come and talk to the kids. And he told about the battle, and he told about, the people who died and stuff like that. And one kid raised, he said, "My dad says you can see those horses that died running up there at night." And another kid said, "I heard that too." And they said, "Yeah, 85 horses died." And the kids just were totally fixated on those horses. And so we wrote a song called 85 Horses. And let me get this thing here. Whoa, it went somewhere. There you go. Okay. Let me get myself situated. All right. 85 horses. And you can sing if you want to. I love people to sing. 85 horses died up on Droop Mountain. 85 horses died up on Droop Mountain. It was 1863, the middle of the war, and the horses did not understand what they were fighting for. But sometimes on Droop Mountain, when mist begins to rise, you can see the horses running. You can hear their awful cries. 85 horses in the middle of the fight. 85 horses in the middle of the fight. Cannons all around them, bullets whizzing by. And the horses did not understand why they had to die. But sometimes on Droop Mountain, when mist begins to rise, you can see the horses running. You can hear their awful cries. Horses lying on the rocks. 85 horses lying on the rocks. No one knew their names. No one prayed for their souls. No one ever said it's sad that they never grew old. But sometimes on Droop Mountain, when mist begins to rise, you can see the horses running. You can hear their awful cries. Aren't I lucky to be able to play with these guys? My gosh, Michelle was asking earlier, about who would you like to play with. Well, I'm happy to have these people with me. And weren't Siamese Cycle wonderful? I just love them. You have a big new fan in me. I need the auto harp.
You know, Kate, you and I were talking a little bit earlier, and I asked you where are you to play before this, and you said I haven't.
No.
She said that 1937 that flood has brought her out of retirement. That she'd been up at the Augusta Heritage Center in Elkins past 4 or 5 years. And tell me what it's like, the difference between teaching and songwriting, and then getting up here and playing live in front of an audience for you.
Well, that's an interesting question. Actually, I have played a lot of places, and Augusta is just one of the music camps where I've taught. It's all seamless, you know, it's all about telling stories. And sometimes you sing your stories and sometimes you write them on paper, you know. But I love to get with a bunch of people who also love to tell stories, and particularly the ones that like to set it to music. And I was a writing coach for a long time for the Charleston Gazette, so writing, whatever form it takes, is a big passion of mine. And everything comes out of my life. So this is me being all by myself, speaking of things that come out of your life. I ran a flood recovery program. Remember that big flood? Well, some of you will remember. In 1985, we had a huge flood that flooded 29 counties. I mean, it was something else. And I ran a flood recovery program up in Tucker County and Randolph County. And what I noticed as I talked to people and went around and we cleaned, and while you help people clean up, you talk. And I found out that no matter how much education, money, or whatever people had, they all kind of shared this feeling of, what did I do to make this happen to me? And so I thought, okay, sometimes people can sing things they can't say, because, you know, that was really a painful thing that people had inside. So I wrote this song called Ain't I Been Punished Enough? And this is real community old-time music, and so I need you to sing. And the chorus goes, ain't I been punished enough now? Ain't I been punished enough? I'm sorry for each awful thing that I did. Ain't I been punished enough? Some say this flood is a natural thing created by rain without end. Some blame the engineer corps for it all, for damming each curve and each bend. Some say the Lord is punishing us for living so wicked and free. But I know the truth, the terrible truth, it happened because of me. Ain't I been punished enough now? Ain't I been punished enough? I'm sorry for each awful thing that I did. Ain't I been punished enough? When I wake up in the deep dark of night, my sins, they look bigger than whales. I remember the time that I screamed at the kids and jerked our old cat by the tail. The money I owe the people I failed, the time I fell drunk in a pile. I made the good Lord so darned awful mad, he flooded thousands of miles. Ain't I been punished enough now? Ain't I been punished enough? I'm sorry for each awful thing that I did. Ain't I been punished enough? When I think of the way that I've suffered and cried, it makes me awfully mad. For I know that I'm not the only one who ever did anything bad. I look at my neighbor, I know for a fact he lives more wicked than I. If he caused this flood, then why could not God have flooded him and left me dry? Ain't I been punished enough now? Ain't I been punished enough? I'm sorry for each awful thing that I did. Ain't I been punished enough?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I just have a few more questions for you.
Well, I just wanted to say that after we'd sing that, people would look around and they'd say, "You feel that way too?" And all of a sudden it was okay.
Why couldn't have they left
Music
me dry?
is therapy.
Why couldn't you left me dry?
Yeah.
Well, how old were you when you got the music bug? Did it start when you were very, very small?
Well, like I said, I mean, I used to run around singing Stream of Consciousness. I don't remember a time that I wasn't singing.
So when did you start writing it down and writing songs? And
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
you know, I make up songs about stuff that happened, and you know, I mean, I can't exactly remember them, but I
It's
did.
just part of your life so
Yeah.
long, so long. And how about instrumentation? Did you start accompanying yourself, or did other people?
Well, I have never learned to play anything particularly well. You know, I mean, I can play well enough to accompany myself on things, and then luckily I get help from people like you guys. But I've played with some wonderful musicians, and you know, I write songs that I can't play. I just hear them in my head. It's like there's a radio in my head. And I'll sing something, I hear something like, "I don't know why I'm suddenly shy. Each time you walk by, I stammer and sigh. I stutter and stumble, mutter and mumble. Each time you say, 'How are you today?' Can I play that? No." But I just have to get somebody else to play it.
Well, I just absolutely love that you share your talent and you share the ability to put the wall down and put words on paper, like your workshops with the kids. Do you have more of those types of enriching things coming up?
Well, I don't have like a date to point to, but I made the mistake, and lots of people do this, and musicians, you know, I dropped out of music for about the last 4 years. You know, I taught at a couple of music camps, but in general, you know, stopped touring and doing stuff, and thanks to these guys, they are dragging me out of retirement, and I hope to be playing a lot more. I love playing for community groups. I play for churches, I play for social workers, I play for conferences, and I usually try to make it fit whatever people care about, because that's what music is to me. It's just another way of talking about what you care about.
So we've asked the question of who have you played with before that was really like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got to play with that person. Is there?
Well, Robin Kessinger and I used to, we played together for about 10 years. And that was an honor and a great learning experience and just a lot of fun.
And then on the other side of the coin, is there anybody you would just really go gaga over?
Yo-Yo Ma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So if people are looking for music
Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I want her to show me how to do my hair like that.
Yeah.
That's a great color pink. But if people are wanting to get in touch with you, can they find you online, Kate Long?
Yeah, and I'm going to put, I'm making a website right now, and I'm going to put all my songs on it and let people download them for free if they want them. And you can, I forgot to bring any CDs tonight. I have 4 of them, but you can get them at CD Baby.
cdbaby.com. And her name is Kate Long, and we'd love for you to play a few more tunes.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this incredible singer-songwriter Kate Long.
Okay, well, Michelle said earlier that my song, my rendition of Who'll Watch the Home Place was by Clearwater Connection, but actually I wrote that. And so this is Who'll Watch the Home Place. I was, songs, you get little seeds. I mean, I'm looking at you guys, and I had a little seed of a song just looking at you. A lot of times the audience, you're looking at me, but you forget I'm looking back at you. And you all are a good-looking bunch. All right, but I've passed a little farm in southern West Virginia, and I heard in my head, when I am gone from here, the little voice sang to me. And if you believe that you're a songwriter and you have an intention of being a songwriter, you're going to be listening for that little voice. And you're going to have your tape recorder with you, and you're going to put it on that tape recorder when I am gone from here. And if I hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't have the song. But this song has gone all over the world. I've got versions of it by Japanese bands in Australia. It's kind of strange. It's like a child leaving home. You hope people treat them well. Leaves are falling and turning in showers of gold as the postman climbs up our long hill, and there's sympathy written all over his face as he hands me a couple more bills. Who'll watch the home place? Who'll tend my heart's dear space? Who'll fill my empty place when I am gone from here? There's a lovely green nook by a clear running stream. It was my place when I was quite small, and its creatures and sounds could soothe my worst pains, but today they don't ease me at all. Who'll watch the home place? Who'll tend my heart's dear space? Who'll fill my empty place when I am gone from here? In my grandfather's shed there are hundreds of tools. I know them by feel and by name. Like parts of my body, they've patched this old place. When I move them, they won't be the same. Who'll watch the home place? Who'll tend my heart's dear space? Who'll fill my empty place when I am gone from here? Now I wander around, touching each blessed thing, the chimney, the tables, the trees, and the memories swirl around me like birds on the wing. When I leave here, oh, who will I be? Who'll watch the home place? Who'll tend my heart's dear space? Who'll fill my empty place when I am gone from here? All right. That song always does something emotionally for me. So many West Virginians, you know, we are such home-loving people. Well, here I am, lucky enough to have these guys play with me again. There it went. Good thing there's.
I know what I'm getting Kate for Christmas now.
How about a new brain? If I'd remembered to bring my stand, that wouldn't have
I'm
happened.
so sorry.
No problem. I'm writing songs now called things like colander brain. You know, that happens. And this one, I find myself writing a lot of songs because I'm old now. And so I'm writing songs about being old. And this one, after I sing it, always 2 or 3 people come up and say, this happened to me. I'm an old, wrinkly, white woman. All my kin are dead. I got a lot of crazy notions rolling round my head. My George, he had a heart attack. They laid him in the ground. But George would never leave me. George is still around. And I know what I know, I feel what I feel. There ain't nothing in this world can tell me this ain't real. My George, he used to tickle me, I will not tell you where. We laugh and holler, carry on, and people stop and stare. Well, last night when I was cooking beans, someone tickled me, and I said, it's you, you crazy fool. I do not have to see, but I know what I know, I feel what I feel. There ain't nothing in this world can tell me this ain't real. Now sometimes in the dead of night I wake and George is there. He's cradling me so tenderly, he's whispering in my hair. He says, don't worry Lizzie, it'll be alright. I'm always here just beyond your sight. And I know what I know, I feel what I feel. There ain't nothing in this world can tell me this ain't real. My George, he told St. Peter, no, he said, I will not go. As long as Lizzie walks this earth, my spirit stays below. So Lizzie, I am waiting here for you. And as soon as you draw your last breath, we'll go waltzing through. And I know what I know, I feel what I feel. There ain't nothing in this world can tell me this ain't real. Yes, I know what I know, I feel what I feel. There ain't nothing in this world can tell me this ain't real. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kate Long. Kate Long. Find her on cdbaby.com.